instead. Oh, okay. And just because I'm live, I can't go. Well, actually, I can. I can just edit it here. Set up server. Okay, text. First shot, okay, that's good. Score.
Hey, Cam Ops, check 1, check 2. Can you hear me? Check, check, check. Check 1, check 2. Oh, Cam 3. Hey, Jamie. 1, 2. Yep, quiet. Check 1, check 2. Cam 2. Not quiet.
Cam 2, is she loud enough for you? Okay. Okay. So she's a good volume. Maddie, you're gonna be the tiebreaker. Is Sarah's volume too loud? Yes or no?
Maddie, can you hear me? Is my volume good?
Good.
Yes, and yes.
Okay, Jamie, can you deal with Sarah's volume? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Probably just made noise. Alright, well, cool. Sarah's gonna join us, and that's good you can hear her, because I might try to just make her direct things. At least you can say stuff, right? You can be like,
Chime in.
well, how about this? I'll start the show, and then when we get into some normal points, you can direct me.
The flow.
And direct the cam ops. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that gonna work for cam ops? Can you, like, you can hear Sarah or music if she's directing?
That's a yes from Gabe.
Okay.
Yes from Jamie. Okay.
Well, sweet. We'll try it. This is a good way to.
Yeah, as long as you and I are on the same page about, like,
Yeah.
who's in charge and when.
Okay. Cool. We'll have different modes. Here's Alex mode. I'm just directing the whole thing like normal. Semi-Sarah mode is you're giving me direct. I'm pressing the buttons. You're pulling the camera.
Okay.
And then I'll just sort of
Yeah.
Alex mode, you still have this. Well, there's nothing on this. And then
There's nothing on this?
it's just the scoreboard and the rate bar.
We don't have these things?
Yeah, no stats.
Oh, what?
Well, there's no, I don't think we have that. Alright, anyway, so there's 3 modes: Alex mode, semi-Sarah, and full Sarah. I don't think we're gonna get to full Sarah. I'll give you this.
Gotcha.
So we won't do that. Okay, cool. Alright, we're on 5 minutes away. Alright, so we'll start on Alex mode.
Do you want this? the only one that has in-ear pods. Everyone else has over-ear stuff, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to hear in here.
Is that an enchilada? Looks like a quesadilla.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Jimmy, I think I'm gonna start early. They're going pretty quick here. Hey, commentator, are you there? No, we don't. I'll call it. Okay, I'll call it. Get on your headset. We're gonna start. Alright, commentators, can you hear me? Alright, fantastic. I think we should, well, we might start us up now. We'll probably come in on the anthem. Is that alright? Stand by. Gonna wait till it gets quiet. Well, this might be. See how the song plays. I think we started on last season. We have the last one. So, here we go. Stand by. Alright, ready to go. Here we go. Oh! Take camera.
Good evening, Ultimate fans. Welcome back to another installation of the Western Ultimate League. Today we have a nice matchup for you as the fans are getting ready here in the stadium. We have a matchup between the home Seattle Tempest versus the visiting Utah Wild. I'm Anthony Zignozag Ziegler, and I'm here with my co-host.
Charlie Mercer.
And yeah, how you doing, Charlie?
Doing pretty okay. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. Beautiful day for Ultimate here in the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, you want to talk a little bit about the game?
Yeah. So the story of this game is, as you saw on your screen, we have Tempest. They are 4-1. They have the opportunity to clinch a berth into the playoff. Championship weekend is being held here for the top 2 teams in each division. That will be June 2nd and 3rd. And so if Tempest wins this game, they have guaranteed themselves a spot in that. And conversely, Utah has 3 more games left in their season. They have a record of 3-2. Of those 3 games that are left, 2 are against Tempest. 1 is here in Seattle, 1's in Utah, and they have 1 more home game for Utah against Oregon. And so it's a little bit unclear how many games Utah needs to win in order to guarantee themselves a spot. But if they win 1 or 2 more, depending on how Colorado does, that's looking pretty good for them. So Utah will not be able to clinch a spot by winning this game, but they set themselves up really for success to get into that championship weekend.
Yeah, I think that was great. Thanks, Charlie. I think every game is especially more important now that what happened yesterday in their first game in the Pacific Northwest two-step. They played the Onyx yesterday, and it was a tough loss there. So looking forward is what the Wild are probably doing, and they need probably at least one game against the Tempest to like really help their chances. So that's great.
Yeah, absolutely. So as we're thinking about Utah, let's think about some players to highlight. We are looking at Molly Robbins as number 8 as one of our players to highlight. Molly leads the team in blocks so far, and I'm going to note that the stats that I'm quoting have not been updated to include stats from the Oregon game, so all of my stats are about a game out of date. But through that, Molly had 9 blocks leading the team.
Wow.
Yeah. They had spent some time living and working internationally in both Sweden and Argentina, and so like recently come back to Utah and are definitely a significant force for that defensive line. Another player to highlight is Brooke Stanislavski. Brooke is one of the, the center, is one of the core O-line handlers along with Kat Songer and Paige Kircher. And so looking at Brooke, who is a new mom and is coming back to Ultimate after having her first kid. So shout out to all of the moms who are still competing, balling out on the field. And last player to highlight is Maddie Hunter, number 25. Maddie is a BYU graduate. And is a newer player to the game, really like stepping up their season this year. And their coach, Michael Aguilar, commented about their contributions and their grittiness through their game in double overtime at Wild Weekend, where Maddie had a turnover late in the game and then came back on the final point of the game, touching the disc twice, having a significant offensive contribution, including a 45-yard punt flick, to really like overcome some of that mental toughness. And so I think we can look for more of that for Maddie Hunter coming up in this game. So those are our 3 players to watch for the Utah Wilds.
For sure, we'll definitely be on the lookout for Hunter. For the Tempest, we have Drea Baroma. Just a very, very physical cutter out of here, and she is very good in the deep space, and she is really good at getting open that way. Linnea Sue, another standout player to watch here, number 32. So be on the lookout for her. And Cheryl Sue, the quarterback 1 for the offense, and Abby Hecko, just all around missed their presence in the last game because of college conflicts. So we're really excited to see what Abby has to offer here.
And speaking of Abby Hecko, something to note is they have just been nominated for the Callahan Award. The Callahan Award is the...
That looks like a Callahan to me.
The Callahan Award is the award that goes to the top player in the college division. And so Abby's team, University of Washington Element, has nominated Abby Hecko as their Callahan nominee. And their nominee video is lit. If you haven't gotten a chance to check it out, make sure you Google it and take a look. It is, those are some fine plays that Hecko was making.
Some classic Taylor Swift, That was a banger.
So you can check out Abby crushing on the college field and here with us tonight, the Seattle Tempest.
Are you not entertained? Here we go. And opening up with a roller pull are the Wild. This is Sadie Jezerski picking up. Slim over the top to Kawhi. Good hit on the side there. It goes up. Ooh, over the top. That was Terpstra on the block. Karuznikova gets it off. All the way around. Robbins keeps it in.
Great footwork there.
Fancy footwork. Oof. Contested float there. Miller. Francis Geller gets in there.
That was a tight window trying to force that throw.
Stephanie Lim unleashes. Ooh. Abramovich unable to corral it over the top. Woo. They're coming out firing.
We are feisty. We are ready. It's like there's a playoff berth on the line here.
Let's go.
When I was looking at stats between the teams, stats are relatively even, particularly for offensive efficiency. At our next break, we'll talk more about it.
That's Madeline Hunter. Lets one go. Karuznikova in the deep space. Oh, in the crowd. That's another stat for Francis Geller.
We
got a hand on it.
Call on the field. Injury call. Injury substitution. In the WL, when a player calls injury, they are allowed to come off the field, and a player on the opposing team may also substitute. You can see the player touching the ground to reactivate the disc and the clocks.
For sure. This is Kawhi picking it up. Ricarte lets one go. Abramovich. Ooh, the good box. Good placement. Jezerski looking for Gellert. That's a connection. That's like the home Wi-Fi. That's good connection. Wow. That was a wild point. No pun intended.
Really? That one wasn't intended?
No, that one wasn't intended.
Yeah, we see number 13 there, Francis Geller, get another goal. Francis is leading the team in goals. That makes it their 12th goal of the season.
Oh, yeah.
And we can see them, tight pressure. Whether or not they officially get credit for the block earlier in the handler space, but they certainly should get credit for the block down there on the huff. They're also up there with 6 blocks. One of the top on the team, just tied for second with Lexi Garrity and just behind Hannah Kwai. So Francis up there making waves.
That's a lot of blocks between 3 people. Good pull here. That was Caitlin Rowling on the pull.
No one did the
Songer.
score, so I did the score. No one's over there doing it.
Gets it back.
Well, no one did it.
Ooh.
Okay.
Bingham. Oh, too low. Caitlin Rowling taking off. Ooh. Cheryl Sue puts too much float on it, not enough root beer.
So when we look at the stats for the two teams, we can see that their offensive efficiency overall is pretty close. Their O-line offensive efficiency are both at about 39%. But the difference in terms of their offensive efficiency has to do with their D-line offensive efficiency. And so Tempest's D-line offensive efficiency is at about 38%. So just under what their O-line is. But the D-line offensive efficiency for Utah is at about 33%. And so I think that's something for us to look out for here, is what's the ability of Utah's D-line, how are they able to convert once they have possession of the disc? Well, you can see that Tempest is able to convert. Will Utah be able to convert for both their O-line and their D-line?
Yeah, 5% doesn't seem like a lot, but throughout the course of a whole game, it adds up. That was great. Thanks, Charlie.
And we can see here, right, we had Utah's O-line just working it really smoothly. They're clearly a well-oiled machine.
Stanislavski dumps it back. Kat Songer, former Tempest player, making the move to Utah.
We miss Kat, come back.
Kircher gets it off the line. Staller being stalled. Here comes Bingham. Big fakes.
It's a beautiful break.
That was Perquette with the throw. Kircher gets it back. The Wild looking really composed here. Knocking on the door. Who's there? It's Kat Songer. Stop playing. Ooh.
Wow! That is a highlight reel grab by Kat Songer.
Welcome back.
I have another replay of that. Give it to me. Let's talk about how great Kat is.
Hey.
Oh.
Nice job,
So
Gabe.
casual.
It's routine.
Something that I think is noteworthy about Kat is that Kat has played one fewer
Talking
game
about
than
Kat.
the players that have played kind of all the games they weren't available. And even with that, they still have 8 goals, 8 assists, and 1 block. They're like still up there on the team for the, competing for the most number of blocks or most number of goals, most number of assists, and have this really strong stat line and having played one fewer game than other players. And I think we're going to see just a ton more of Kat coming out of this game.
You think her run being involved with the Tempest last year, going on that championship run, has brought her some experience to bring back to the Wild?
Absolutely.
There goes a shot in the deep space. No connection.
You will notice, normally we are away from fans, but tonight we have a significant Utah crowd that is just below us from where we are posted for our commentary. So you'll see a lot of
Drea Baroma! Drea Baroma with the Callahan! No, no, no! Better whack that finger. Come on!
wow! Player to watch!
Yes!
Calling it! And you can see Drea is just lit up, having the most fun celebrating.
Yeah, when Drea's pumped, you feel that energy. So, yes, this is what I've been waiting for. Good timing. Takes off. Ugh. I need the poster. I need the poster.
That is a poster.
It's like, Jasersky, calm down. A little whiplash.
You were just asking about Kat and whether or not that poise for having played with Tempest and having that experience makes a difference. I think it also shows up for players like Drea. That Drea has grown so much over her time with Tempest, and the confidence to be able to make that play from the strong coaching, from the investment over multiple seasons makes such a difference that you get players that are just like bam and are able to step up when the opportunity presents itself.
Ooh. Yeah, it looked like it was just second nature at that point. Didn't think about it at all. Just went and go got it. Go get it.
Hey, Jamie, if you can hear me, give me
This is Elmi picking up the disc.
Okay.
Ooh.
Take everyone, sorry.
Abramovich in traffic. Up to the Carte. All the way around. Hecko gets it back. Dance with me. Hits under. Bradshaw dumps it off. Directing traffic. Ooh. Power position. Elects to hold it.
But there wasn't really a cutter that was ready.
Geller. Oof. Bradshaw scoops that up. Hey. Ikrin Elmi in the end zone. She normally throws goals, but she'll take one.
Yeah, and as we think about experience and pedigree, I think that, Rachel Bradshaw is another player who's, played on the world stage for so many years and has the experience and the poise to, see the angle of that disc, see it trailing away from her, make the bid, and still have the poise to have her head up and look for the easy pass to complete to get that goal.
Number 38.
Unwavered. Yeah.
As we think about the story of this game, there's so much hype about will Utah do it or will they won't, and it's a question mark. but no one's really talking. There isn't as much buzz about Tempest because you're just like, yeah, Tempest is really good.
Yeah.
We know.
Kind of like a, I don't know.
Like old news.
Yeah.
But yet, Tempest comes out week after week, play after play.
It's like the expectation, like kind of fatigued a little bit. Like, oh, they're so good, whatever. But hey, the proof is in the pudding. Ooh. Wow. Kalen Rolling makes sure that that's a turnover. That's the type of hustle that the Tempest provide. Sam Rodenberg into the middle. Rolling. Gets the continue. Up to Lorito. The lefty backhand is connected. Oh, drop.
It's a really nice bid by Seth Lim.
Yeah, the ground kind of did its job there. Kat Songer now on the disc. Puts it deep. Hannah Kawhi.
What a block! Hannah Kawhi leads the team in Ds, just in case anyone was curious.
Kawhi, would you try that? Inside. The seamstress. That's Kat Chung in the end zone.
Some really beautiful movement.
Mm-hmm. Catherine Chung is new this year to the Tempest. No?
No, Kat was on the team last year.
For sure.
Kat differentiated herself at tryouts as a player who had really gritty defense, and was able to stick to players and with their defensive footwork, make their lives really tough. And over their 2 seasons on Tempest, they've really stepped up their ability to gain separation to become an offensive threat. Like this give and go right here between Kat and Hannah. And I think that's really where you can see them growing as a player.
How about Kat? Jamie Erickson on the pull, sorry.
Sorry. I think that we're starting to see with all these breaks that Tempest is having, this Utah O-line just keeps going out again and again, and their tendency to get really tired in the fourth quarter and start creating mistakes. I think we have the ability, we might start seeing that sooner, particularly as this is the second game of a doubleheader. They only brought 20 players. One of them is down with an injury already, so they're playing with 19. This O-line is already being asked to play a lot of points in a row. I think that's just going to lead to more miscues and potentially to more separation.
Kendra Miller unleashes deep to Robbins. And one in the end zone. Wow.
And clearly all I need to do is start to hint that maybe Tempest is going to start to create separation. And then Utah does that. And it's spectacular and beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what we're here for, folks. That's such beautiful backhand form.
Kendra Miller really edged it in there perfectly.
And that's a great grab by Castique Williams. Great placement, great body, very in control. It's a beautiful play. And, that's really important because, Utah, for the sustainability of the O-line's body, they need to get off the field. You need to be able to put in a strong D-line.
That's a good point.
To give them a chance to rest.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what sort of havoc this Utah D can cause.
Stephanie Lim. Swings to toe. Toe unleashes the patented lefty backhand. Ah! Rachel Bradshaw. Laura Toe unleashes.
Speaking of perfect backhand form, Laura Toe has so much power, and her body is small, and so her form has to be absolutely on point to be able to wind up and deliver a pass that is like beautiful, flat, out to space, just there on a shelf for Rachel Bradshaw to run down.
U24 for a reason.
Yeah. Oh yeah, give us another replay.
Hand.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. You know, and it's a great setup by Rachel Bradshaw too, right? The defender isn't even in the picture until after the goal is caught, right? That's how much separation Rachel's able to get, and it makes a really big difference. Creates a huge window for Laura to be able to throw into.
Good pull inbounds there by Kaylin Rowling. Kircher goes up line. Shimmy, shimmy, Scoober, okay. Songer. Stanslavski. Ooh!
It's a great fit by Kircher there.
Echo in the middle. Ooh! Sam Rodenberg. Highly contested by Songer there. Elmi to Hecko. I've heard that before. Good around backhand. It was so good. Elmi wanted to do it too. Keep the train going. Liana Sue in the end zone. Book it.
Linnea Sue, one of our players to watch. You know, able to gain separation, read the space, attack when it makes sense. I also really love what the Tempest coaches did there, putting Elmi and Hecko on the line together with their experience playing at UW together. You know, the two of them have played in the backfield together before. They know how they move, and you can see it in their ability to just like trust and pass, right? These professional seasons are short, and so experience playing with each other in other contexts can really add to the chemistry of your team.
Mm-hmm.
I think we really saw that on display there.
Yeah, those two back-to-back big rounds, I'm sure they've done that many times.
And we'll lock out the players out too.
There you go. Pull is up. Songer's looking to corral and center to Kircher. Baroma on the mark. Looks like a 2-3-2. Oh, give and go. Sends to Perquette. Now Kircher. Barking out orders. Good movement now. The birds are swooping. That's not the disc. That's Drea Baroma.
Swooping in, getting blocks.
Val Pineos. Oh, over Drea. It's good to see Val out there. I believe this is their debut.
I think they played a game early in the season, but had to take some time off due to injury. So it's great to see him back.
This is the last possession. Time has expired. It is really critical for Utah to score it here. They need to take their time and get it right. Oh, good upline from Perquette. Perquette, work it. Gets it right back. Oh. Staller. Songer, oh, thinks inside. Goes around. Bring it around town. And there goes the strike. And that was beautiful offense.
That was incredible.
The Wild punch it in.
You know, one of the hallmarks of the Utah offense is the willingness to dump it behind, to lose yards in order to keep possession. And I think that we saw that repeatedly here. We saw the offense work together as such a unit and look for those spaces to attack, but those spaces to attack upfield came after losing yards. in order to maintain possession. And the handlers really worked together. It was textbook offense. So much props to Utah.
Sarah Stoller there in the end zone. And yeah, that was a great, highly contested first quarter. And man, I can't wait to see the rest.
Ooh, we got some athletic players coming at you. Stick around.
Does that erase the break bar?
I don't know what happened. See that different. Whatever I'm doing is fine.
No, we're all good. I reset the clock.
Is there a word off working?
Yeah, he picked it up.
Okay, cool.
I just did the first one. And then watched very closely after the second score to see if anything happened.
Oh, good.
Hi, my name is
You
Jennifer
got it.
Ricardo. I'm number 2 in Seattle Tempest. I always like to be my best version, so I'm always looking to improve, and especially in a team, I always like to help others improve, because if they improve, they will help me to be my best version. Just always be really faithful and focused in what I want to be, and that's what inspires me more, and be the best
Alright, I'm
of
gonna kill it
myself.
after this commercial.
In first.
Welcome back. You see Jennifer Ricardo on the pole there. My name is Charlie Mercer. I'm here with my partner.
Dick Nozag.
And we are here with the Seattle Tempest against the Utah Wild. Coming into the second quarter, Wild receiving. We say their stalwart O-line back out there, moving the disc calmly.
Yep, that was Aragon, Kircher, and Songer in the backfield. As Seattle transitions out, it looks like maybe. Yeah. Back to person now. Kircher gets the upline. Songer looking composed. Stanislavski unable to connect there to Perquette.
Something that one of the Utah coaches before the game was talking to me about is how they know they're prepared for Tempest to come up with a lot of different defensive looks, that they can expect that Tempest coming out of oh, we have a call on the field. Tempest coming down on as a D-line is going to throw some sort of a junk, maybe a zone, maybe they're going to hold it for a little bit, maybe they're going to drop it, unclear. But in that, one of the goals for Utah is to stay chilly, stay poised, and to move the disc back and forth to sort of see what it is that Tempest is doing, instead of being forced into a tight situation where they feel like they need to take a creative but potentially risky choice. And so I think that you can really see, you know, the handlers doing that and implementing the coach game plan, which, like, good job, Coach Aguilar, gold star. Your players are doing what you want them to do. You know, they're taking the chances that they want to take.
That's part of the job of coaching, is like, how well can the people that you're coaching do the things that you're asking. So go gold star for real.
It was timeout and foul.
Hecka with a big fake. Kirkland. Ooh.
Great placement on that upline throw by Kirkland.
Ricarte. Does look like a Kirkland point. Back to Hecko. Going up line. Kirkland with the goal. Yo.
as we gave her our blessing, right?
Like allergy season.
I think Kirkland's quick release on her forehand makes her so deadly with a force home flick that allows her to get the disc off, and her first step is so quick. You can see she's continuing to gain separation on her defender as she's cutting up line. Makes her such an easy target on that open side for Hecko to hit. And I think Alexa Kirkland is an interesting player who played last season as a cutter for Seattle Tempest and did well, and can, is a very effective cutter, is speedy, able, is a nightmare to guard because she's so quick and so sticky as a defender. And this season, I think, is contributing in a very different way with her quick throws back primarily in the handler space, and is able to obliterate Ds with that quick first step.
Yeah, with a new crop of players coming in, like, the team might need you to do something different. And are you versatile enough to do it? Kirkland is. McCready swings it around. Terpstra gets it off. Ooh, fake me out. Gets it right back. Up the middle. Maruzhnikova. Miller thinks about it.
Oh, I wanted that.
Oh. Needs help.
Buckle up.
Looks like there is an uncontested stall on the field. For those of you who have not tuned in, the stall for this, for WUL games, is a stall of 7. It's faster than is played in some other places.
Ooh.
That was a tight window. Glad nobody got hurt there.
Terpstra said no. McCready gives it back to the Tempest. Foul on the throw. Just kidding, it's coming back.
It's not one of the cleanest points for either of these offenses. I think that with some of the close contact on the field, some of the players are a little bit rattled and need to take a deep breath here, calm down to make sure they're truly delivering their passes to their target.
The Roma thought about taking the inside lane, but pulls up. Kawhi, good defense, gets it back. Jezerski through the bid attempt.
Coaches can call timeouts from the sideline. I'm waiting for one of our coaches to call a timeout. I think that with both teams being as rattled as they are, they could really use a reset.
Erickson looking for an option. And here comes that timeout.
There it is!
Yeah, Jamie.
We're on a roll. That was 2 for 2. Come on,
Take Jamie.
Charlie.
Take 3. Ready 3? Ready 3? Take 3.
Gold Star coaches, I approve.
Speaking of Gold Stars, it's Teachers Appreciation Day.
It is Teachers Appreciation Day.
Yeah. You want to talk a little bit about what teaching means to maybe
Dave,
you
is
or
there a
just
teacher in the crowd?
in general?
Well, so I am a teacher.
Or a
I
sign.
am a multilingual teacher in Seattle Public Schools, and I have been teaching for over a dozen years, and I love the ability to contribute to the next generation of humans. And I also really believe in education as social justice, particularly for me as an English language teacher, primarily working with immigrants. Like, English is the language of power in our society, and it is such a joy and a privilege to be able to
stay with her.
support kids in their journey of being multilingual and supporting their heritage, their culture, their experiences, and validating all of those experiences while also giving them access to the language of power in our country.
Ready, 1.
Through development of expert English language
Take
proficiency.
Yeah, I think that's really huge, because a lot of people who come to this country,
Jamie, that's good find.
like, need the young people to learn English so that they can help them do life.
Yeah. So shout out educator appreciation.
Oh, yeah, ready 2.
Linnea
Take
Slew
2.
appreciated everybody else misreading that and ends up with another goal in the end zone.
I really love this moment where you can see Caitlin rolling, seeing it go over her head, turning around and be like, okay, and like preparing her body to like make a bid for the disc, and then stopping. She's like, wait, Linnea's right there. Linnea's already catching the disc.
Yeah,
Oh,
watch,
yeah,
watch,
now we get
go.
to watch it.
Oh, you got it.
Nice.
Knee
Gabe, you
slide.
got 32.
Come
In
on.
there. Yeah, you do. Ready, Gabe? Ready to take 2.
Nice work, Linnea Sue. Yes. As we think about educators on these rosters, shout out to all of the players who are training as professional Ultimate players and who are also working in the field
ready,
of education to give back to our community. Education is not just in the K-12 public school system, but takes shape in a lot of forms.
Nice.
Ricarte with a run through. Already in the end zone. Coming under now. Is Kawhi. To Abramovich.
Oh.
Poach over the top.
Gabe, Abby, ready to take 2.
Looked like a little bit of a miscue from Abramovich. Looks like she thought she's going to have a streaking defender.
And yeah, ready 1, take 1.
Gives this Utah offense another chance to convert.
Cat's hunger. Stanislavski. Oh.
Geller wanted that.
Jamie, I see you. Those players ready to get
Callahan.
excited on the score.
Gets it up to Williams. Oh, goes lefty over to Kircher. On the same side now. There's Parquette. All the way around. Parquette getting a lot of touches today. Over to Williams. Oh.
Ready
Not
to
enough life
take
in that
2.
throw.
Ready 1, take 1.
Lim. Ooh. Gellert makes a crazy catch. Dumps it back to Jezerski. Flick. Oh, another miscue here.
And in those miscues, I want to highlight something that the Wild is doing really well here. They're having really great help deep. They're having double coverage on a lot of the last few deep looks. And, Tempest has had to look some of them off, but they've also tried to force some of them, which has resulted in turnovers, just shots to Utah, not the people they're trying to get it to. And I think that that's really a great defensive adjustment that the Wild are making here that is making Tempest struggle.
I think these back and forth points are the ones that gain a lot of momentum. There's been like 3 or 4 turnovers on this point. Bradshaw lets one go. Ricarte in chase. Hey, 2 hands for safety.
That was a great job by Ricarte, taking advantage of a player sort of being tired and not quite ready, not having the wheels to keep up with them. You can see both of the Utah defenders hanging deep, and neither of them were ready for Ricarte going. Great run by Ricarte.
That's a good smile too.
Ricarte is one of 7 players for the Tempest that have played in all of the games so far this season. Those 7 players that have played in all of the games so far are Ricarte, Lexi Garrity, Caitlin Rowling, Frances Gellert, Cheryl Sue, and Leah Baron-Simmons. Bert Cherry would have been the other one, but unfortunately was not able to take the field tonight. So now it is only 6 players that have played in all the games so far this season. And I think that's really interesting.
Yeah.
In contrast,
I don't know what to do about it. Keep going.
In contrast to Utah, where 16 players have played in all of their games. I think that just really continues to show the depth of this Tempest roster, where they're able to play so many of the 30 players plus 3 practice players that they have are just being rostered for different games instead of having to rely on the same players. Whereas I think that Utah has a much clearer, top of the roster.
Oh. Gives it right back.
So we do want to recognize real quick here that there is an error with our timing and the timing that you are seeing on the screen at home. We actually have 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second quarter, as opposed to the 6 and change that you see on your clock. We are working to rectify the situation, but just wanted to name that.
Madeline Hunter in the end zone for a goal.
Also one of our players to watch, making waves. Something else that the Utah coaches were talking about, because I asked them directly about this tendency that Utah's had of like being up by 3 or 4 or 5, going into the fourth quarter, and then dropping it, having games go into overtime. You know, like, okay, you have this phenomenally athletic roster, you have a really skilled and cohesive O-line, and you seem to blow your leads in the fourth quarter. So what's your plan here? What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
And part of what they said is, like, we are strategically subbing our O-line to go deeper into our depth earlier, to allow us to continue to have legs as we go into the third and the fourth quarter. And I think that that's a little bit of what we're seeing here. And it creates more spaces for people other than Kat and Paige and Brooke to show up on the stat sheet.
Roller pole here. There's just under 3 minutes left. Utah crowd making some noise here. And Wallen feeds their hunger for a block.
We have the Salt Lake Shred just underneath us, cheering very loudly.
Yeah.
For their partner team.
Wallen gets it back, and it goes over the top. Miller keeps it in. Off the line now.
Players getting jazzed.
Wallen to McCready. Wow. It looked like that the rolling pull really paid off there for the Wild. They got the score quickly.
Yeah, I think that you know, that's the second time they've done it this game. I think that we can probably expect them to see that roller pull. So, like, here's a fun rule idiosyncrasy in the WUL, is that there's a 20-second pre-stall timer that starts from the point that the pulling team releases the pull. And so the offensive team has to put the disc into play within 20 seconds of when they release the pull. Now, normally you pull down, and so the offensive team doesn't have to run very far. They can easily put the disc into play within that 20 seconds. But if you roll the disc out of bounds and it goes really far out of bounds, so then the offensive team has to run all the way down the field and retrieve a disc that's really far out of bounds, it makes it really hard to get the disc tapped in and off the line before that 20 seconds is up.
Miscommunication to rolling there. Oh, who is that? Whew. Shordahl almost able to bring that one down. Abramovich now.
Gives Tempest another chance.
Give goal with Sue. Ooh. Just out of the hands of rolling. That's per Aragon walking it to the line. Ooh. Shot is up. Ooh.
You could see that Molly Robbins wanted that. That closing speed was really impressive.
I wanted that. That was a run through for Aragon.
Great pressure defense.
But it's up. Oh, wow. Another back and forth point we have here with just about 1 minute remaining.
I think the stylistic differences between Utah's O-line and their D-line is like fascinating to me. This D-line is so willing to put up throws to their tall, athletic receivers and let them go do something.
And a timeout called by Titcomb. Probably a good call.
Yeah, I mean, you get 2 timeouts per half. We are nearing the end of the first half,
Can't take them with you.
so might as well use them.
No leftovers. You do good with leftovers?
I love leftovers.
Ah. I wish I was more like you. I'm terrible with leftovers.
I got a concussion. Speaking of Educator Appreciation Week, kid hit me in the face. So I got a concussion a week and a half ago. I've been living off of leftovers. It's been phenomenal. Shout out to everyone who's been in my community who's been feeding me recently. Strongly appreciate you. And who have helped me prep for this game. Specific shout out to my partner, Colin Classett, who watched the Utah-Oregon game for me and wrote me notes so I could talk about them on air today, because with my concussion brain, I can't watch any TV right now. It takes a village, y'all. Make safe choices. Don't get concussions.
A whole new line here for Seattle. Oh, Garrity unable to slide in there. Timeout by the Wild now.
It's a strong move by the Wild coaches. This gives them the opportunity to put in a true, as opposed to sort of a hybrid OD line, they're putting in their true O-line. Because they know that with 42 seconds left, they need to score this. My favorite conversation, are you ready? From talking to the Wild coaches. I walk up and I'm talking to Tanya. I'm like, okay, so what's your game plan? She goes, to not turn it over with 1 second left.
Yikes.
He's like, you know, it's probably too true that it hurts.
Too soon, too soon, too soon.
And I think that, you know, that clock management here really does matter, because in the WUL, as long as you have possession when the time expires, you get to play out that possession. And so Utah really has the chance to implement on that piece right here. So with 42 seconds left, Utah will have possession of the disc. So in that 42 seconds, they either want to score, and then, you know, then Tempest can have their offensive point, or they want to ideally hold on to the disc and score after the clock goes to 0, and so they're the only one that gets possession of the disc. And with how stingy this handler set can be, they absolutely have the ability to maintain possession for the next 42 seconds, which is really what they need to do.
Ooh, Songer Hecko matchup now. That's a good one. Elmy gets the Kircher assignment. Oh, now the Tempest could hold. Good break there by Elmy.
We have a call on the field. We have a player indicating injury. So we're having an injury sub happening on the field. Looks like disc will stay with Tempest.
In comes Williams. Elmy will have the disc. Guarded by Kircher. Val Pineos is the deepest on offense. Being front pocketed by Vespera. Garrity now. Kirkland lets it go. Erickson in the deep space. And they score with 10 seconds remaining.
That's not what they wanted.
Yeah. Sometimes you can't.
That wasn't how we drew it up. That wasn't the plan.
Yeah.
Run it back. Try again.
Don't score. It's interesting.
But you know, actually, Wild does have another chance. They get 10 seconds on the clock. They're putting out their O-line. And so the name of the game here is this O-line going to be able to maintain possession, walk down the field? As we are heading in, we are in that kind of fun twilight stage of the evening. Still light outside, but starting what Colorado would call the alpenglow time. But we're not in Colorado today.
Ricarte on the pull. The Wild will have the last possession as time expires in this exciting first half. Ooh. Stanislavski. Ooh, that's a good upline cut there by Perquette, but
a stall called here.
Called.
Rachel Bradshaw on the mark. And it looks like the stall is uncontested. So that is halftime.
Whew! All that clock management talk down the drain.
So what are your thoughts on this first half?
Man, the Wild are impressing me, but they just need to fine tune a couple little things, and then they can just start hammering home these points. Yeah, I think their handlers do really well when they're flowing. What about you?
Yeah, have been really impressed by how athletic, like Utah has some really high highs and some not so great lows. You know, there's a ton of really athletic plays happening across the board. A lot of cohesion in that O-line that's really impressive. And I look forward to see the rest of this second half, and if they're going to be able to take this halftime, reset, get their legs under them to be able to challenge the depth of this Tempest roster.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So we're going to go grab a drink. Hope you go grab a drink at home, and we'll see you in less than 10 minutes.
For sure. See ya.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Ricarte. I'm number 2 in Seattle Tempest. I always like to be my best version, so I'm always looking to improve, and especially in a team, I always like to help others improve, because if they improve, they will help me to be my best version. Just always be really faithful and focus in what I want to be, and that's what inspires me more, and be the best of myself.
Fish in pursuit, but it is caught. Teresa Zettner.
What an incredible!
Oh, my goodness, the layout grab from Kristen Pajunas.
I just stood up. I couldn't even sit for that. First of all, the angle of that throw. Second of all, the finish. And watch the inside out. Just look at the angle of this throw. What a great grab.
OT.
Number 7, Giants and Chargers, Justin Herbert. Wait a minute. Hang on a minute here.
Nope. Looks like that's Western Ultimate League Frisbee. I'd know it anywhere.
It looks like Cody Lippincott, right? Laying out, well done.
All right, so I'm going to just guess.
I'm Lex Garrity. I play for Seattle Tempest. When I step on the field at Memorial Stadium under the Space Needle, it's such an iconic part of Seattle, and it just brings this awesome sense of like I'm truly competing for my city. And it's just so exciting to like have a home stadium and have a sense of pride in defending like your turf against an opposing team.
In pursuit, but it is caught. Teresa Zettner.
What an incredible!
Oh, my goodness, the layout grab from Kristen Pajunas.
I just stood up. I couldn't even sit for that. First of all, the angle of that throw. Second of all, the finish. And watch the inside out. Just look at the angle of this throw. What a great grab.
My name is Pam Krause, and I'm coaching Seattle Tempest. I am so excited about the talent that has shown up at our tryouts. I am inspired by the amazing athleticism, the play, the creativity. We are so fortunate to have so much talent to choose from, so I'm very excited about the talent that we're going to get to work with this season and show off to the world what we can do.
I really want to show young girls that they can be athletes too. I've struggled with imposter syndrome, and I've really had to ground myself in why I play. I play because it's fun. I like to compete. I like to show it with my teammates. I like to push myself to be the best. And I think being out there and doing that for them and having other people see and potentially think that, hey, that can be me one day, that's really exciting.
I know I've struggled in my own life to like take up space, and I think that it's so amazing that the ultimate field has like changed that for me. That I can get out there and I'm like, no, I know I am a good cutter and I know what I need to do here and I know my role on the team. And I think that it's just helped me open up so much. It's also led to more confidence for myself, and I really want for other women and non-binary folk to see that, oh, they're out there doing this. How do I get into that? What does that look like? You know, what's my role there?
I really liked a combination of both endurance and shorter, more competitive sprints, and then also going up directly against players. And I think that also is what attracted me to Ultimate as well. Understanding like what you're capable of doing is just a really great experience that kind of drives you to just get better at those individual skills in sports.
My Ultimate story, I've been fortunate to have coaches and friends and the community to encourage me to be the player that I am today and like ultimately fall in love with the sport of Ultimate. So I hope that the Western Ultimate League, like this program we have today, the Open Side, we continue to connect and welcome new fans and future players and continue growing this community that we all love. I think hopefully one day that someone will fall in love with the sport as much as I love it.
I think that's the biggest thing for me, is just knowing that we're giving an opportunity and visibility to the sport for young women. It's the best thing.
One more time.
Oh,
yeah! Oh yeah!
Baby!
Cody
my name is Jennifer Ricaurte. I'm number 2 in Seattle Tempest. I always like to be my best version, so I'm always looking to improve, and especially in a team, I always like to help others improve, because if they improve, they will help me to be my best version. Just always be really faithful and focus in what I want to be, and that's what inspires me more, and be the best of myself. Hi, my name is Jennifer Ricaurte.
Back. Roller pull here from Utah. The score is 10-5. Second half just underway. Elmy with a nice shot up line to Garrity.
I'm Charlie Mercer.
Yes. We're back.
And I'm here with my partner, Anthony Zach Ziegler.
Yep, we're back. Ooh. And the Wild are back for a vengeance. That was Wallen making another good defensive play. They had another one in the second quarter. They look like they got some legs. Let's see if the Wild can dial up some focus here and punch this in right on the doorstep. Robbins dumps it off. Oh! Hunter calling foul.
You know, I think that's a strong call. I think that you can see that Hunter was going to bid for the disc, and as their legs were getting tangled up with Alexa Kirkland, it prevented them from being able to push off to get the horizontal extension that they needed to be able to have a chance at the disc. You know, clearly not intentional, but I think it really did make a difference here. And again, I think we see the curse of the pre-stall, and whether or not the pre-stall is being implemented correctly. So in the WUL, you do have a pre-stall, meaning that there's a 4 count where the offense can move, but the thrower with the disc is not allowed to make any sort of pivoting or throwing motion.
Abby Hecko double block. And gets the under. Oof. That pesky pre-stall.
When it doesn't get implemented correctly, you create situations like this, and now Tempest has the ball.
Elmy, inside out flick to Hecko with the box out. Ooh, emphatic spike.
The touch and the spacing of that throw from Elmy was just gorgeous. And you can see Abby Hecko putting up the bookend motion there. Oh, that throw from Elmy.
Better check your library card, folks. That's a bookend.
For those of you who are new to Ultimate, bookends is the call that we use when a player gets the block, as Hecko did, and scores the goal, as Hecko did. They were able to bookend that point, making a huge contribution on the fields. That's what those 2 palms on the other side of their head facing out mean.
That story is still being written. Go check out that Callahan video. Big pull here. Songer to Kircher. Said that before.
She'll say it again.
And again. Songer gets it back.
Brooks Stanislawski gets in there too.
Over the top. Ooh, Perquette in a precarious situation. Wide open, gets the dump off. This vert stack is working for the Wild. It's the break side.
You can see Utah being willing to lose yards to maintain possession. Doesn't matter how far back they have to go on that reset. They know they'll be able to gain those yards up when the right shot comes.
Whoa, Stephanie Lim.
So great.
Knocks it away as there's a collision. No call though.
Great D by Steph Lim.
There was a slim chance that was gonna be a catch.
For those who don't know, Stephanie Lim goes by Slim.
Ooh. Jezerski lets it go. Wow, good coverage there by Perquette.
We see a foul being called on the field.
That's some strong claps.
So as we hear the Salt Lake Shred cheering for Utah in the background, you want to tell us a little bit about this Cascades game that happened just before this?
Yeah, the Shred came to Seattle and did what the Shred do, and Seattle has some stuff to work on. So that's all I'll say about that one.
So foul went to the observer, and the observer ruled no call.
After a good discussion.
So you can see Utah picking up the disc here.
Songer. Stanislavski. Ooh. Ricarte secures the hat, sets the mark. Kircher let the beauty go. Good box out.
Wow.
By Stoller. Stoller to Bingham, not called in. And then Williams comes down with it. Wow. That throw was gorgeous.
That was. We haven't talked enough about Paige Kircher this game. Let's talk about Paige Kircher's yardage totals.
Go.
So, in game so far, their yardage totals are 632, 483, 568, 592, 523, 708, 554, 598. That means that of the 8 games they played, not counting yesterday's game, in the WL, that they've thrown over 500, thrown and received over 500 yards in 7 of those 8 games. And the one game that they weren't over 500, they were 483.
That was all Kircher?
That's all Kircher. So that if you look, the top 6 single game yardage outputs are number 1, Kircher, 2, Kircher, 3, Brooke Stanislavski, tied for 4, Paige Kircher and Caitlin Weaver, and number 6, Paige Kircher. Like, the offensive output in yards that Kircher has is just unbelievable.
Saucy Scuba over the top. That's your straight numbers talk right there.
It is.
Hey. So let's one go, Garrity. Wallen. Yep.
Great D.
Wallen on a budget. Up line. This is Miller now. Ruzhnikova swings it. Terpstra looking for help. Timeout call.
Strong call by the Utah coaches to get seeing an opportunity to get their O-line back on the field. Use this to get there.
Yeah, I was looking a little sluggish out there.
Let's take this opportunity to shout out and recognize the Utah coaches. So the Utah coaches are Michael Aguilar, Nat Smith, and Tanya Wright. They, describe themselves as a team as really dedicated to building up frisbee in the Utah region, looking to develop players over the course of many years. You know, and Tanya and Michael both joked about how they were, you know, kind of dumb as players, but they're really smart coaches. And, you know, shout out to all the dumb players who make smart coaches, myself included. You know, and I think that it's, you know, really a credit to, you know, the strength of this Utah team. Their athleticism, their build over multiple years is a strength to their investment, both in this team and youth development in the region to develop the team over multiple seasons and really looking for this long haul. Shout out coaching staff, you're doing great.
Ruzhnikova knee slides into a turn. Shucks.
Even when your players give the disc back.
Sadie Jezerski lets one go. Ricarta walks it out. Yeah.
That was not how the coaches drew it up. But that might have been how the Tempest coaches drew it up. So let's talk about the Tempest coaches.
Go ahead. Let's get it.
So Tempest is coached by Rory Titcomb, Deb Scheibe, and Pam Krause. They are a trio of powerhouse humans. Both Deb and Pam are in the Ultimate Hall of Fame. Rory is a national team coach. They, you know, between them excel both as players and as coaches, and have so much to contribute. And, you know, and I think that they talk consistently as a trio about how, you know, they're lucky to have a depth of talent in Seattle that allows them to put out strong roster after strong roster every week. It doesn't matter which of their players are physically on the field, but that they are 33 strong, and that every practice, every time, every player is pushing themselves forward. And it doesn't matter which 21 are on the field in that given moment, but that 21 is representing the full 33. You know, and that's definitely credit, that full team viewpoint is credit to that coaching staff to, you know, make everyone feel valued at every point in time to the best of their ability. Unfortunate drop on the field. Gives Tempest the opportunity to get a break.
Hecko picks it up. Up to Kirkland. Now rolling. Oh. Wow. Ooh.
I would note that Kircher came as the deep help on the person on the far side of the field and was anticipating that throw, so was able to be in that space to make it really hard for Rolling to make a play.
Aragon now. Back to Kircher. Good mark by Elmi. Content with losing yards as long as they keep the disc.
Yep.
Woo! Linnea Sue! Look what I found. It's the disc. Back to Elmi.
That was dirty!
Rodenberg. All the way around to Hecko. Hecko to Kirkland. Tempest knocking on the door. Elmi to Hecko. That's a familiar connection, just like some Wi-Fi.
I really love watching Elmi and Hecko play together. That's a thing of absolute beauty.
It's like a Bluetooth speaker. It's good connection.
Yeah, their chemistry is absolutely palpable. You know, and I think you can start to see the fatigue set in, right? Like, Katsonger is guarding Hecko, and then as, you know, Songer sees Hecko gaining separation into the end zone, sort of, you know, stops the cut, stops following, stops putting pressure on, which allows Hecko to catch that in space completely uncontested, you know? And we're in the towards the end of the third quarter. And with Seattle up as much as they have been, it means that Utah's O-line has been out there repeatedly. And they're just, you know, they're tired.
And they played a whole game yesterday. Those miles add up.
Seattle has this home field advantage. They have the Cascades program cheering them on. Just like Shred is cheering. Oh! What a block by Jezerski.
Pinillos gives it back to Jezerski. Up to Baroma. Pinillos. Oh! Good block.
Stoller with the block.
McCready. Off the line.
Oh, McCready with the block, sorry.
This is Norris. Hunter. Up to Wallen. Robbins. Oh. Chelky. Sliding in. McCready.
McCready with the bookends.
Ah, yes. Dewey Decimal System.
All that reading over here for Educator Appreciation Night. We got a sign over here saying that's Moondog. People repping from all over. I think this is a great example of what makes Utah so much fun to watch. You know, there's just so much fire in every bit of play that they have. There's so much heart, so much passion being put out in the line. Ugh! That spike's emphatic.
You got a spike ball in the back. Wow. 2 for 1.
Oh, give me that spike ball. Oh, we got that short roller pull.
Comes a roller. Oh. Stays in bounds.
In order for the roller to be as effective as you want it to be, it really does need to go out of bounds.
Back to Hecko. Skirt. Wow. Ooh. Good pressure there.
Looks
Andrew
like
Miller and Cassie Wong having a discussion.
Cassie Wong, fun story, got called up due to an unexpected injury during warm-up for Seattle Tempest. So Cassie Wong left work
Wow.
as a nurse in order to be able to come and play this game. That's the kind of player we got on this field.
That's wild.
And Cassie had to warm up independently because I got here just as warm-ups were ending, and already falling on the field, making a difference.
Injury.
Contested foul, as well as an injury sub. Got a lot happening on the field right now.
Better check the heartbeat of this game with the stethoscope.
So we had Shayla Wallen coming on. Tempest maintaining possession.
Pre-call done. Yep.
Implemented correctly this time. Both of us looking for it.
Up to Sue. Here's Garrity. Ooh.
Robin showing why she leads the team in blocks.
Definitely Robin Garrity there.
Oh.
Short off. Gets it off.
Great tight pressure by Tempest here, making these windows really small.
Ooh. Haruznikova comes down with it. 2 hands for safety. Short off. Connects.
Ooh.
Over the top, testing Sue. Ooh. Molly Robbins over the top.
And that's another
That's another bookend. Let's go.
Look at Robbins' face. They're so hyped right now.
That got me hyped.
I'm hyped. Let's go. That's a fun, cheeky throw.
That's a trust throw if I ever saw one.
Really clean. Well played by Robbins.
Kendra Miller on the throw.
They're hyped up about Robbins. Put him back out there.
We need more Robbins out here.
It's a great opportunity. 16 seconds left in the third quarter. Let's see if Utah can play spoiler for Tempest. Make sure they have the disc in their hat coming in at the end of this quarter.
Here comes the roller. A real short one.
And again, because that pre-sol starts, Tempest doesn't have a whole lot of time to get into play.
Stephanie Lim. Back to Jezerski. Here's Hannah Kawhi. Time has expired, so Tempest will have the last possession before we head into the fourth. Let's see if this rolling pull. Ooh, got the turn. That's the end of the quarter.
Utah did a great job putting on a lot of tight pressure there, a lot of ferocity to make those windows really small, make Tempest throw into places they don't want to throw into. If this side of Utah is able to come out in this fourth quarter, this gap is going to close, and we're going to have a really fun end of this game.
For sure. They were playing with fire there, giving the Tempest a short field, but it worked out. Yeah, we got one more quarter for everybody, so stay with us. We'll be back.
Peace.
My name is Jennifer Ricaurte. I'm number 2 in Seattle Tempest. I always like to be my best version, so I'm always looking to improve, and especially in a team, I always like to help others improve, because if they improve, they will help me to be my best version. Just always be really faithful and focus in what I want to be, and that's what inspires me more, and be the best of myself. Hi, my name is Jennifer Ricaurte. I'm number 2 in Seattle.
Back, we are here at Memorial Stadium. Tempest is pulling to start the fourth quarter. Tempest is up 13-8 over the Utah Wild. Pull went out of bounds, so we can see Paige Kircher taking the time to center the disc here. My name is Charlie Mercer.
I'm Zig Nozag.
Ready for
we out here, yeah.
fourth half, fourth quarter.
Fourth half.
Concussion brain, sorry.
Kircher and Songer play catch. Get Perquette involved. Bigham. A doozer.
Uncharacteristic miscue there.
Kirkland picks it up. Quickly to Baroma. Ooh. Oh, Elmi plays Ring Around the Rosie. And gets it over the top. Oh. Pinillos pulls up.
That connection between Drea and Elmi was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's commitment to your reset. Just like trusting that they're going to get open for you.
Kircher. Stanislavski. Baroma! The snake in the grass. Poach block. Dumps it off. It's a Baroma point. Gets it back to Cheryl. Oh, drops.
Second drop this point, one from each side. Gives Utah another chance on offense.
Stanislavski in power position, lets it go. Oh. Perquette. Little out in front. Cheryl Sue picks it up. Another one goes over Pinillos' head. It's 2 on this point.
Yeah, we're starting to see some execution errors, probably from fatigue.
Kircher looking for an option. Of course, finds Songer. Songer goes up line. Oh.
Something that's worth noting is that you can see the flags flying and starting to wave. That even though it's pretty calm in Seattle, the Memorial Stadium has that stadium environment that sometimes can cause some really like circular, inconsistent and strange gusts of wind.
Like the flags on the left side are going one way and the flags on the right side are going the other way. So
Exactly. So it's like a little bit strange, and I'm wondering how that is playing into some of these execution errors that we're seeing, and that seems to have been picking up over the last, as we're getting deeper into the evening hours.
Stanislavski gets it off to Kircher. Gets it right back. Ooh, Songer outruns Elmi. Timeout.
So we're seeing signals for both a stall and a foul.
Uncontested.
So it looks like an uncontested foul has been called. Stall is reset to 0.
Over the top. Ooh.
In ultimate, a tie goes to the offense.
Stanislavski and Val Pinillos.
That is so close. Give us another replay. Utah shot over here saying that they believe that it should be a goal for Stanislavski.
Back to Kassonger again. Swinging around the other side. We didn't like that side. Let's try this side. Kircher now. Ooh, lefty over the top. And this time, it works. That's Staller in the end zone.
That's really strong mental toughness by Utah Wild. To have such a, to have contested or to have the uncontested foul after a high stall count with Kat's on her on the sideline. Kat throws it up. Sonalowski makes a great grab. It's contested, unclear whether or not it's a goal, tied with Valpinios. And then still be able to maintain possession, swing it back across the field, take advantage of, you know, moving it to the break side, getting that open throw on the break side to someone who's, you know, their defender's on the wrong side of them, to put that in and finish that point. That's very well done by the Wild, and I think speaks to their mental toughness and their resilience. And like, this is the side of them that they're going to need to show to make, you know, to make a deep run, close out these next couple of games to put themselves into championship position, championship weekend position.
For sure. We see another roller pull. We're going to save time. Ooh. Hannah Kawhi to Jezerski. Unable to connect.
I think the thing that the roller pull is doing really well for them is it's allowing their defense to be set. And so it makes Tempest start from a stop disc.
Injury. Haruzhnikova off.
And that's what really allowed Utah to get that D to give them that offensive possession.
Shordahl takes the place. Hammer over the top to Wong. Ooh!
Jezerski saying that it was the impact of the player that caused her to drop the disc, that she had stopped rotation of the desk.
Wow. Instantly. Sends Gellert.
And because of our pre-stall call, that was before the disc was allowed to have been thrown. So you can see Jezerski saying, "My bad. I wasn't supposed to do that."
The pre-stall strikes again.
So again, the thrower is not allowed to begin any part of their throwing motion until the disc is tapped into play after the 4 seconds of movement for the players downfield. And now freestyle is over. Thrower can start a throwing motion.
Kawhi. Back to Jezerski.
Jezerski wants it. You can see it in those throws. Give me something. I want our goal.
Cassie Wong. Oh, doesn't come down with it. Stall. Looks like there was a stall.
That was a phenomenal grab by Cassie Wong. And a stall has been called.
That's still going on the highlights.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Can't even be mad at that. It's like, wow.
And we need to give credit where credit is due. That was great team D by the Utah Wild to really limit the options that Tempest had to create that stall.
Shordahl centers it. Up to McCready. Miller, that's one goal.
Oh.
Terpstra unable to get that under control. Tempest walking to the disc now. A little over 4 minutes remaining. Oh. First throw turnover. The Wild have a chance here to break and get it within 3. Oh.
Crowds on both sides are cheering loud.
Jezerski.
Smartly called the timeout right there. That was a phenomenal grab by Jezerski, hoping that she isn't injured. Just maybe just a little winded. Not great fit. You know, as we come down this less than 4 minutes of the game, there's so much at stake here. Seattle able to clinch their spot to championship weekend here in Seattle. Guarantees that they get to play more in front of this home crowd, which is definitely something they want to do. Be able to defend their title. Utah out here to prove that they deserve to be in consideration, that they are a strong team that can hang with the sort of perennial best of the league with San Diego and with Seattle. Their coach, Michael Aguilar, earlier said that, you know, the only team in the league to have scored 16 or more goals in every game so far this season was Utah. And, you know, he says that in the West Perspective, the WUL blog, that comes out on Thursday, and then on Friday they play Oregon, and they score fewer than 16 goals. And now they play Seattle. They'll probably score fewer than 16 goals. But the point is made. Utah is not to be underestimated.
Oh, big around.
Win plays like that! Don't underestimate Utah!
Shelke ends with a McCready goal. And that's a break for the Wild late in the fourth.
You know, this is the opposite. Like, you know, in the past we see Utah sort of end of the fourth quarter. They're the one with the lead that's like getting broken. They're the ones that are up. And here, you know, this role reversal's working well for them. They have the momentum with them. They are building steam, building energy.
Oh, just a little over Sue there.
It's a great play. Really patient.
Amy Norris with the assist to McCready.
Such great connections. McCready's having a good game. He's really coming up clutch in the places you need him.
McCready's getting greedy. Another roller here.
It's working. They're getting turns out of this roller. You know, being able to set up makes a big difference for Utah right now. Even if it means that Seattle doesn't have as many yards to go.
Kawhi over the top. Gets it right back. Ooh, highly contested shot. No call. Play moves on. The Wild with another chance to creep within two. Molly Robbins in the end zone. That's another break for the Wild. Wow, what a turn of events. Oh, man.
Wild is hyped.
Uh-oh, Tempest.
This is good for Tempest. You can see, you know, Tempest having to deal with this adversity of having a big comeback. They haven't had that, not since, you know, early on in the season. Something that's interesting here is you can start to see a little bit of line changes happening for Tempest. So Tempest typically runs 3 lines, and they just rotate through the 3 lines.
No matter what.
No matter what. But you have a couple of personnel switches happening. Hannah Kawhi was pulled over to handle the previous point and is playing back with her line again.
The roller to the center. Mayasu comes down with it. Oh, Geller catches through traffic. Ricarte keeps the toes in bounds. This Utah crowd is really adding an element that hasn't happened to Seattle at home yet. So
it gives them that home crowd advantage.
Uh-oh. Wow. Just under 2 minutes now.
I think the crowd's making a big difference to the Wild right now. It's keeping them hyped up, feeling like there are people here who have their back. And I also think that it's working to get in Tempest's head. So we have an injury sub on the field. Declan going off. Sadie Jezerski coming back on. Glad to see Jezerski back on the field.
And Kircher comes in with the sub as well.
Seems like a good play.
Yeah, it's a good trade.
Who do you want with the disc? Kircher?
Yeah. Kircher, for sure. Shot goes up. Gellert is there. Whoa, almost on the rebound attempt there for Wallen. Elmi picking up. Anna Kawhi. Turfs it. Wild with another chance to bring it within one late in the fourth.
Oh, I'm getting all tingly.
Yeah. Everybody on the edge of their seats or up out of their seats. Woo! If you're at home, get up off your couch.
It's time to work. Clock note for you following along at home. Because we are in the last 2 minutes of the quarter, the clock does stop for calls on the field. So there's a lot of game left.
Ooh. Aruzhnikova. Up to Wallen. Big swing across.
Wow.
All the way to Kendra Miller.
That's the whole width of the field.
And then all the way back the other way. Molly Robbins with another one. Wow.
Tempest has not felt this kind of pressure in a long time.
With just over a minute remaining, the Wild pulled to within one of the defending champs, Seattle Tempest. Woo! Timeout called on the field.
It's a strong timeout.
Wow. I gotta stand up.
I'm too excited.
That's crazy. This is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, so on your screen in front of you, you can see the Salt Lake Shed cheering on the Wild. Really appreciate this companionship.
Yeah,
camaraderie.
they all just left their seats and just joined the front gate here after that last one. If you're in that Tempest huddle, what do you think they're saying?
You know, I think you say, what the Tempest coaches say time and time again, is we play tight defense, we play Tempest offense. Our offense is flexible to be able to respond to whatever it is that they're throwing at us. And for right now, it's about us. We're gonna center in on our play and our execution. We're gonna not worry about the pretty lights. We're gonna think about ourselves and our play. What do you think the Utah coaches are saying?
We're here. Y'all have done so great and stuck with it. So now let's go get this reward that we've been working for so greatly in this second half.
Yeah. If Utah can push it to overtime, eke out this win, it really would be a statement win.
The first one at home for Seattle, if that were to come into fruition.
And what makes it that much more exciting is that these two teams are facing off next weekend in Utah, right? So this is the first time they've played all season, and they get to go at each other twice, back-to-back weeks, at each of their homes.
Woo. It's kind of like Seattle kind of was on cruise control, but the Wild were still pressing the gas, you know?
All the Seattle fans standing up.
Over to Hecko. Abramovich now. Hannah Kawhi. Gets it all the way. Abramovich now. Back to Erickson. Cheryl Sue. There's a crew of sure-handed folks here for the Tempest.
Players that have played in those high-pressure situations before.
And they get the turn. I didn't do it. Shot goes up. Insta shot. Ronenberg in the deep space. Oh, Wallen had the opportunity to make these fans right in front of us go wild.
But Rodenberg also knew they had to get it back.
Had to. Shoots it up to Erickson. Erickson lets it go. Baroma in the end zone. Comes down with a clutch goal. Drea Baroma. Woo! Wow.
And that is game. Time expired during that.
Wow.
During that possession.
Wow. Drea Baroma, player to watch. Watch this in the clutch. Comes up with the goal you need.
That's the finish we wanted.
Oh my gosh. 14-12. Seattle Tempest over the Wild. What a wild game we had here, Charlie.
And Tempest clinches their spot in the playoffs.
Wow, what a way to do it. Man, the Wild had a great fight, and they will definitely take some momentum with them back home to Utah. Yeah. Whew. We're both standing up. It's crazy.
Look at this throw by Jamie Erickson. Really great delivery. Great run. Read.
Hey. Yeah.
Great work by Baroma.
Hey, green is gold. Yeah, this has been an amazing game.
Quick shout out to our observers who do so much on the field for us. We really appreciate you. So shout out to our observers, Jenna Haymaker, Autumn Toki, Zeta Strickland, and John Ladd, as well as Wally up here working our scoreboard as our backup observer. We really appreciate you. You do a lot to make this game run really smoothly. So in our excitement of the awesome players on the field, we also want to shout out the people who help make it happen. So thank you, observers.
And yeah, that'll be it. I'm Zigno Zag.
I'm Charlie Mercer.
And we'll see y'all next time.
Peace.